Hey everyone, it's Jen Foster here with Elite Online Publishing. Today I just want to talk about book covers. Now, if you're thinking about writing a book and you're thinking about self-publishing or hiring a boutique publisher like us, then you're going to get a book cover. Now, we do all of our book covers with professional artists and we do a book cover contest. But you might be thinking, oh, I'm just going to self-publish myself and I'm going to do it and I'm just going to create the cover myself because I have Canva or I have Photoshop or I know how to, I have this idea in my head. So I know what I'm going to do and I'm just going to do the cover myself. Well, today I'm going to show you some covers and I want you to kind of decide with me if they look professional or unprofessional, kind of like yes or no. We're going to swipe right or we're going to swipe left. So let's take a look at some of these covers and I'll be giving you my pointers as we are looking at these. So let's go ahead and look at this. So I'm sharing my screen now, so you should be able to see. Yeah. So here is, I just typed in self-help nonfiction books and we're just going to scroll down and you can kind of see here. There we go. So you can kind of see which ones look like, and you can see the ones with reviews most likely are either traditionally published or they had help with their cover. The ones without reviews probably haven't had much sales. And you can see the reviews right underneath. See, this one has 4. The one up here had 1. But just kind of notice now, first off, notice how they're a thumbnail. It's small. It's barely an inch, maybe an inch and a half wide, right? Or tall. So inch and a half, maybe an inch wide and like an inch and a half tall, maybe 2 inches. I don't know how to measure, but you have to notice that people are going to be on their phone or their computer and the icon of this book cover is small. Now notice what you can barely read this one, right? Life, direction, and belief. I had to read it over here in order to tell what it says because it's really hard to read. There's not enough contrast, right? And this top one, actually there's white on the top. They have a cool icon or clip art, but notice the white part blends in with the background of Amazon. So that's kind of weird. We actually believe that you should never have a white book cover. It looks great on a shelf in a bookstore, but on Amazon, it blends in with the background of the website and it doesn't look good. So you really want contrast. Notice these blue ones, but they have different, but they're all the same. But they stand out because they have contrast. They have white and blue, right? Here's a black cover. You can see it's pretty simple. You can kind of tell which ones, though, were done by people who did them themselves and which professional. Like so far, this one is the one that looks the most professional. But if you look like this one, notice that the back cover is showing. So this is a big no-no. So let's click on this book for a second. So they didn't know that when you upload the image of the book, it should only be the front cover. So if it's a Kindle, it's only the front cover. So that's a mistake. If they were publishing with someone like us or a traditional publisher, the publisher knows the Kindle only has a front cover. So here's the paperback, which looks fine. But really what they did is they uploaded the paperback cover for the Kindle cover, which is kind of strange. So yeah, you can't really see it. At least they have some contrast with the white and black. To be honest, I've seen this stock photo a lot of times. So you don't want to be using photo people are using. This yellow and black stand out a lot, and that looks nice. I can't read any of the words. I can barely read their name on the bottom. So again, doesn't look professional. Here's another one. Can't read this title. You can see the author name. Can't read the title. Photo of the sunflowers, but it's not a professional cover, right? Here's a cover that looks pretty good, but I don't like that it's white in the background. See how it blends in with, say, Learning to Let Go. That one actually looks pretty good. I don't really recommend borders because sometimes the printers don't get it right, and then you have a crooked book cover. So I don't recommend borders or any kind of frames. The white cover. It's simple, which is minimal, which is nice. And it is a bestseller. This is a sponsored book. So this is probably a traditional publisher or someone who's paying. You have 11,000 So this is probably meant for a bookstore, and that's why it's white. But sponsored means they have an ad. But notice that it blends in with the background. So if that was yellow or blue or something that would stand out, we would say it would stand out more. Common Wisdom, that one looked good. See, add contrast. But just notice some of these book covers. Some look great and some don't. Now that we've looked at these, I want to show you the bestsellers. So let's go to just books. Let's just go to books in general. And I'm going to click on bestsellers and more. And then let's go ahead and go to the Kindle bestsellers and take a look at some of these. Let's do, we'll do Kindle ebooks and see who the top one is. Okay. It's about the same. All right. So notice these book covers are mostly professional. Like they look really good. The bonus, that looks pretty professional. The Housemaid, that looks professional. All of these very professional. Now, some of these are fiction, so they look different than nonfiction books. But as you can see, like these just look way more professional, right? If we could maybe let's go into the self-help category. So we can go back into what we were looking at before, but now we're in the bestsellers. So you can see what ones stand out. Yellow, orange, right? The white one doesn't stand out, even though it's a bestseller and it's great. I'm sure this is a great book and it will look good on a bookshelf in a store, but on Amazon, not so good. So think about where you're going to be. Look how good the 1% rule looks. That looks so good, right? It's big. The letters are, even this one, excellent advice for living. Pink, purple, like it's standing out. It's beautiful, right? So just notice this. And when you're looking and to do your book cover, look on Amazon first in your genre and look at what some of the covers are. You don't want to copy them because you don't want your book to look like theirs. You want to stand out. That Can't Hurt Me, that great cover, right? And you can tell they hired a graphic designer to do that. They didn't just take his picture, put it on a black background. You know what I'm saying? So they've got really good, the letters are in front and back around. So they had a really good artist do that. So don't be shy about hiring an artist to do your book cover. Don't be shy about doing that. And if you work with us, we do a book cover contest. And our book cover contest, we actually have multiple designers submit their designs to us, and then we rate them and which one is the best one. And it's really fun because you actually start with your idea. So if you have an idea in mind of what you want your book cover, then they start with that. Now, of course, if you have no idea what you want your book cover to be, then we can just put in, your book description and we'll see what the graphic designers come up with. But having multiple graphic designers do your book cover is really awesome because then you can choose the one that's best. It stands out. We even had one of our authors who had a really awesome idea for his book cover for his sci-fi Threads of a Needle. It's a sci-fi fantasy, but it's also a self-help business book. You have to the story goes along with your life and life lessons and business lessons. So check that out, Threads of a Needle. But we did his book cover contest and it turned out different than what he expected. And there was one that we just really loved. And that's the one we went with. And it was a total different idea than we had that we had collaborated on together. And it's a great book cover. And I think it stands out and is fun for what he wanted, the minimalist approach. So it's really cool. So check us out at eliteonlinepublishing.com if you want to publish with us. And don't cinch on your book cover. Make sure you're checking your genre on Amazon and make sure you're hiring a good graphic designer to do your book cover. And your book will be a success. Talk to you soon. If you want to publish with us, push the author submission button on our website, eliteonlinepublishing.com. This is Jen Foster signing out.